Everybody, it's Old School Nerd, and we are back. Throwback Thursday. We've already done 2 Throwback Thursday videos, but you may or may not see them for a couple days because one was Avenged Sevenfold and one was another one. Both have been blocked for at least 48 hours, so they're going to be up on the Patreon for the next 48 hours at least. So if you are a member of Patreon, you get to go see those now. Otherwise, the rest of you got to wait till Saturday. Sorry. Anyway, let's continue. Our next one comes from Eunice from Finland. Heavy lyrics with an amazing performance is needed to Poets of the Fall, Carnival of Rust live. I was able to find this one, Eunice. It is Poets of the Fall, Carnival of Rust live with lyrics, 2013 from Moscow. So 2013 definitely falls within Throwback Thursday. So let's enjoy this together. My name is Old School Nerd. Thank you for coming into the channel. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on the video if you like it. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single reaction. We do so many reactions here. I'm starting to get a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many amazing requests from all of you, and I try to get them all done. Please go to oldschoolnerd.com. Check us out there. We have our social media posts, our Patreon for those who want to help support the channel, and we do appreciate every single one of you and the merchandise store. Let's get into this. This is a live performance in Moscow, 2013. Poets of the Fall, Carnival of Rust, and it's got lyrics. So happy times for all of you. Okay, I'm in. A single note has not been played except for the bass line. Crowds clapping and singing. Dude's got a striped shirt on. Striped muscle shirt on, okay? Like Right Said Fred from, I don't even want to go into it. He is too sexy for his shirt. Bowler hat, and he has a feather boa wrapped in his mic stand. I'm in. Total rock star.
Down behind the gates of darkness dwell the man in the box between heaven and hell. With his broken heart sings a song of love.
It's a pretty damn good intro. Just the subtle keyboard, putting that lower end resonance in there, singing it out very clear, very concise, heavy lyrics, legit message lyrics. And you just transition into this lovely, picked out acoustic guitar, just rolling melody. I'm in. I'm in.
Savior, in your hour of need, and taste the blame if the flavor should remind you of greed, of implication, insinuation, and ill will, till you cannot lie still in all this turmoil before red cape and foil come closing in for a kill. Come feed the rain, 'cause I'm thirsty for your love, dancing underneath the skies of lust. Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause without your love my life ain't nothing but this.
Okay, power ballad to no end. And the thing about it is I don't remember which heavy metal artist said it, but a very famous heavy metal artist, not going to say any names, even though I do remember who it is, said, "You know when you've made it when half the crowd is chicks." He goes, "I remember when we first started, it was all dudes. And I knew we made it when I looked out in the crowd and half the crowd was chicks. Then I knew we made it." Number one, that's about as male chauvinist as it gets. But if you know who said that, trivia question, it's from a very famous rockumentary. Then you know what's going on. Here's the thing. Look at the camera. Pretty much all female here. Pretty much all female here. Yeah, they've made it.
Carnival of rust. Well, it's all a game, avoiding failure when true colors will bleed. All in the name of misbehavior and the things we don't need. And I lost for after no disaster can touch us anymore.
Okay, not a huge fan of the production team just showing women constantly. Like, that's all that this is about. Like, he's singing to all the women in the crowd. It's kind of off-putting to me. The song is not just about women, it's about everybody, but, you know. Also, I would be remiss to not tag back to the lead singer, okay? The lead singer is he's not just a beautiful voice. He's got the look. His job is not just to sing the lyrics. His job is to convey the emotional message of the band in his actions, his narration, his lyrics, his dynamic of his movement, his presentation. It's all, that's what your lead singer is supposed to do. It's not just sing lyrics. Anyone could just get up there and sing. The real front women will get out there and show either the aggression, the passion, the message, the emotion of the band's song. It is a relationship. Now, the reason why I bring that up is he's doing that. And the production crew that's filming this are, for some reason, continually linking him to the women in the audience. Whatever. I don't think that matters. But one thing that this reminds me of, if you've ever seen the movie on Netflix called The Dirt, it's the mockumentary, the self-produced documentary of Motley Crue. And to say that Motley Crue is one of the best song bands or lyric writing bands, maybe not. But as far as performance and showmanship, they're one of the biggest bands of all time. Nobody puts on a show like Motley Crue. And the way they've decided on Vince Neil being the lead singer was not because he could sing. Literally, Nikki Sixx and Mick Mars and Tommy Lee said, "Do we need that guy? Why? Look what he's doing to those chicks." Because he was all singing and he was shaking his hips and he was making goo-goo eyes to the ladies. And he's like, "That's what we need. We need more chicks in our show." So it was like, really? So when I see this production team filming the lead singer, and he's doing the whole lead singer of REM, right? He's doing the whole lead singer of REM kind of feel to his performance. You know, he's got this whole vibe going where the entire, whoa, there went my camera. Wow, hang on there. Come on, old school, get your shit together here, brother. My camera just ate crap on me. When the lead singer is doing that whole REM style thing, you know, if you've ever seen the band REM, the lead singer looks a lot like this guy. Bowler hat, feather boa. He's seducing the crowd. Doesn't matter if it's men, women, whatever. He's putting that message out. He's singing this song, The Carnival of Rust, and he's putting it out there. The production team focusing just on the women singing with him, that's production team's idea. I don't think it really matters. But it just reminds me, when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, the movie The Dirt, when the members of Motley Crue, when they were trying to find a lead singer, said, why do we want him? And it was like, because look what he's doing to those chicks. It's like, come on, man.
More than ever, I hope to never fall. Where enough is not.
So apparently he's a accomplished aquatic athlete as well. Look at him doing the backstroke.
Wearing
Oh, look, watch. Here we go.
more than ever.
His, yeah, his backstroke form is perfect. In a pool, I bet you he's just as good as he's a lead singer. Sorry.
It's not the same it was before. Come feed the rain, 'cause I'm thirsty for your love. Dancing underneath the skies of lust. Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause without your love my life ain't nothing but this carnival of rose. Feed the rain, 'cause I'm thirsty for your love, dancing underneath the skies of lust. Yeah, feed the rain, 'cause without your love my life ain't nothing but this carnival of rust. Carnival of rust. Don't walk away. Oh.
Okay, I do want to say this, okay? They don't appear to be a metal band. They appear to be more of a rock band, and that's cool. If some of their other songs are more metal genre, please share them with me in the comments below. I also want to make this one little proponent. I just did a reaction to the Rev tribute that Avenged Sevenfold did. And I know for a fact, doing some research on Avenged Sevenfold because I wanted to know more about the band, before you knock my whole comments about the percentage of females in the audience, Avenged Sevenfold is a legit metal band with dynamic messaging, musicianship, live performances, okay? Do you know what the percentage of Avenged Sevenfold fans are? It's almost 80% women. Women love Avenged Sevenfold. Why? They were all young, all attractive. They were all bad boys, all playing metal, and they were the ultimate bad boy band. I've asked people, have you ever been to Avenged Sevenfold? Yeah. Were there any women in the audience? They're like, dude, it was all women. It was all women. Avenged Sevenfold is like literally Avenged Sevenfold and Slipknot kind of came out at the same time, okay? And they both did very theatrical theming. Slipknot was more of the macabre, masked, dark stuff. Amazing drumming, right? Joey Jordison. Pushing the envelope of musicianship. Avenged Sevenfold, no masks, no macabre, bad boy, rock lifestyle, excess, lust, sexuality, okay? Amazing drummer of the Rev, dynamic music, right? Very similar. One appeals, the primary fan base of Slipknot has been about 60% men. Avenged Sevenfold, 80% women. So when people ask me, metal music is only for guys. Yeah, it was in the early 80s for the most part. Now, when you were like Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Slayer, yeah, your crowds were... In fact, there was an interview with Slayer and they were like, yeah, when we first started out, it was like 90% dudes. And now that we've progressed in our career, the bass player goes, yeah, it's still 90% dudes. Like, yeah, you know. And they don't care. But there were bands out there like Motley Crue and Poison and all the hair metal bands like Bon Jovi. Guys hated those bands because they literally specifically went for women fans. And those bands became huge because they transitioned between male and female audiences. So when you're talking about these bands and they get out there and you're seeing droves of female fans going to these shows, it's not to do with anything outside of their lyrics, content, theming. The theming translates to your audience. Slipknot, aggressive angst. It does appeal to both men and women, but it's more towards the aggressive male tendency. Avenged Sevenfold, very similar. Here's a prime example for now. Falling in Reverse. Go to a Falling in Reverse show. If you're a guy out there, you're going to feel like, did I come to see Celine Dion or something? Because it's just you and like 5 other guys. My oldest daughter, Megan, loves Falling in Reverse. Loves them. And I love their music too. I think they're amazing. But there are certain bands that their messaging resonates to both sexes and non-binaries as well. It crosses all the borders. It check marks everything. Falling in Reverse came with Monster and drugs, and it kind of transitions quite well. It's one of the reasons why you go to a Nightwish show. The audience is like a pure mix of everyone because it appeals to everyone. Sabaton, when you go to Sabaton, Chelsea's going with me to the Sabaton show with Mike. She's pumped to go see Sabaton. Why? Because she just loves the presentation and the art and the appreciation of what they're trying to do with their theming. So in the early stages of metal and rock music, a lot of it was geared towards male audiences. But in the 80s to the mid 80s, the music industry realized that they were totally alienating an entire demographic. And there are more women on the earth than men. Seriously, it's like 65 to 45. You know, there's more women on the planet than men. So when they charted transitioning, and I think they went too far with hair metal. Hair metal, they just went, we're just going to try to seduce women. Okay. But then you started having bands like Avenged Sevenfold, like Falling in Reverse now, and other bands that do it with positive messaging. Amarith, Sabaton, Nightwish. And then now you go the other way, where when we had like all metal bands back in the early 80s and 70s were all men, right? Well, now we have bands like Bandmade, okay? Baby metal is kind of a hybrid, you know? The Warning, you know? Love Bites. I mean, you go to these shows and it's an all-female metal band. And you look out at the crowd and it's legit like you would, like in the 80s, if it was an all-female band, you'd have the women would come out to see them. Now it's like all guys. Because they're legit, it doesn't matter. That's the best part about from where metal was and music was when I was a kid. It was very segmented. It was very sexually divided. To now, it doesn't matter. I've said this before in previous videos. One of my favorite things about music today is that it is non-gendered. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how you identify. It doesn't matter what sex you are, what gender you are. If you can get out there and share your message and connect with people, it doesn't matter. That's why you have all-female heavy metal groups. You have hybrids. You have all-male heavy metal groups. And it doesn't matter because they know that to get their message out, it needs to translate to both. Said this a few times. We are living in an amazing time for music. It may be a shitty time for everything else in the world, but as far as music, it's a golden age of creativity across all lifestyles, across all countries. For music now, especially with YouTube being so prevalent as it is, music has no border. No matter where you are on the planet, your music can be heard. The Hue Band from Mongolia. Come on. Metal bands from Japan, metal bands from Ukraine. I mean, it used to be like all metal bands came from Europe and America, and that was it. Those were the only people getting worldwide exposure. Not anymore. We are in the golden age of music because every person can put it out there. And if you have a good message and you can relate, your crowd can be mostly female, it could be mostly male, it could be a perfect mixture of both, it could be all genders, you could relate to every class of person, every language. This is some of the best musical times, and I'm so glad that I'm alive to be a part of it. Because the old rules that kept women down or kept a certain segment of men down or this gender or this, when the only gay performer was Elton John and he was tolerated, not promoted. Whereas now it doesn't matter. That's my favorite part. It doesn't matter. Everyone can get out there and share their message. Great time to be alive.
Oh, when the world is burning, don't walk away, don't walk away. Oh, when my heart is yearning, don't walk away, don't walk away. Oh, when the world is burning, don't walk away, don't walk away.
Wow. Wow. That's good stuff. I mean, when you're watching a band like this and they are just sharing their message across the world, it really connects. Again, I am so excited to be in a world now where who you are, what you are, who you think you are, where you're from, doesn't matter as much as what are you showing the world? What are you bringing to the world? What message are you sharing and how you're getting it out there? Somebody had told me 2 years ago, hey, Old School Nerd, you're going to have 35,000 subscribers on YouTube, and you're going to share your opinions and thoughts about all kinds of music. I would have said, no, nobody wants to hear from me. I'm just a fat bearded dude from South Louisiana with 3 girls and a gift of gab, and I have a tendency to have off-color humor. And of course, me.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Yeah, it's kind of my moniker. Anyway, this was Poets of the Fall, Carnival of Rust, live, Moscow, 2013. I've never heard of this band, never heard a song by them, but already I can appreciate not just the music, but the message, the passion, the connection that they have with their audience in this setting. You want to know how to be an amazing band? You want to know how to be an amazing artist? Learn to connect with your audience. This band's doing it right there, and it was impressive. All right, Eunice, thank you for that one. That one was cool. My name is Old School Nerd, and yes, I am old. But you're never too old to see a new band that you've never heard of before and really connect with them as they connect with their fans, which is what we're all here for.